Here's the basic overview about the rules and regulations in volleyball. First is the objective. 2 teams of 6 players each, separated by a net, try to ground the ball on the opponent's court and prevent the same from happening on their own. Next is the match structure. A match is played best of 3 or 5 sets. A set, except the deciding 5th set, is won by the first team to score 25 points with a minimum lead of 2 points. The deciding set or 5th set is played to 15 points with a 2-point lead. Next is the playing ball. Teams are allowed a maximum of 3 touches to return the ball across the net in addition to a block touch.
Okay, so now let's proceed to the second rules and regulations, the court and equipment. So the court dimension must be 18 meter by 9 meter, divided by a center line and attack line of 3 meter by 10 inches from the center line. So next is the net height. So there are distinct net height for the men and the women. So the men net height must be 2.43 meter, while the women must be 2.24 meter. Next is the ball. The ball must be made of leather or synthetic with a circumference of 65 to 67 centimeter and a weight of 260 to 280 grams. So muna siya ang dapat sa ball. So next is the team composition and rotation. So the players must be 6 players on the court per team at any time. So substitutes are allowed. Rules vary by league. So 6 dapat ang naa sa court every team basta magdula, and then substitution if needed or rules vary sa kada duwa. So next is the starting positions. Players must be in their correct rotational order at the moment of service. After the serve is contacted, players may move freely. So naay mga position ang mga players sa court. So next is the rotation. So teams rotate clockwise each time they win the right to serve from the opponent. So if naay maka-score sa each team is mag-rotate, di ba na siya sa volleyball. So rotate siya clockwise ang every play.
The first one, serve. The serve is how every rally starts in volleyball. The player must hit the ball from behind the end line and inside the sideline extensions. A serve can be done underhand or overhand, and many players now use the jump serve because it is faster and more powerful. When the ball lands directly in the opponent's court or they cannot return, it is called a service ace. The serve demonstration is like this. That is the serve. Next is attack. Attack, it is when a player hits the ball forcefully toward the opponent's side to score a point. Front row players can attack freely, while back row players must jump from behind the 3-meter attack line if they hit the ball above the net. Liberos are not allowed to spike the ball because it is completely above the net. The main goal of an attack is to end the rally by making the ball hard to defend. The attack demonstration is like this. For example, this is the ball and this is your hand, and you will like that the ball and na. Or manipod. No. This is block. Block is a defensive move done by front row players near the net. Its purpose is to stop or slow down the opponent's attack. A block does not count as one of the 3 touches allowed for a team. Blockers are allowed to reach over the net as long as they do not interfere with the opponent before the attack is made. The block demonstration is like this. Next is set. Set, it is usually the second touch of the team. It is done using the fingers in an overhead motion to place the ball in a good position for the attacker. A proper set is important because it gives the hitter the best chance to make a strong and accurate attack. The set is like this. Now, digging and passing. These are defensive skills used to receive the ball, especially after a serve or a spike. These skills usually done using the forearms, also called bump pass. A good dig or pass helps keep the ball in play and allows the team to set up and attack. Digging and passing is like this. Now, like this.
So we have the K rules and violations. So the first one is 4 touches. A team contacts the ball 4 times before returning it. So these violations happen when a team touches the ball more than 3 times before sending it back over the net. So only 3 touches are allowed to return the ball. So a 4th touch results in a point for the other team. So example, if a team receives the ball, passes it, sets it, spikes it, and then touches it again, that is already 4 touches or violation. Next is we have double contact. A player contacts the ball twice in succession except during a double contact on a team's first touch is allowed if it is during a hard driving attack, a dig. So a double contact happens when one player touches the ball twice in a row. This is usually not allowed except on the first contact, such as when receiving a strong spike or serve called a dig. So, example, if a player sets the ball and hits their hands 2 times separately, so it is a double contact. But if a hard spike hits a player's arms and bounces unevenly on the first touch, it is allowed. Next is we have lift or carry. The ball is caught or thrown, it must be hit cleanly, not held. So this violation happens when the ball is caught, held, or thrown instead of being hit cleanly. So the ball should bounce off the hands quickly, not stay there. Example, if a player catches the ball while setting or holds it before throwing it over the net, that is a lift or carry violation.
Hi, we'll talk about 3 faults from this game. First is, there is a net fault. You can see the player touching the net while jumping for the ball. This is not allowed. Second is, there is a center line fault. Look at the player's foot. The whole foot is completely over the line and on the other side. And the last is, there is an antenna violation. The ball hit the antenna or the ball went outside the antenna. The play should stop here.
Another key rules and violations is the reaching over the net. So a player invades the opponent's space and contacts the ball before the opponent's attack hit, or blocking is an exception. So this happens when a player reaches into the opponent's side of the court and touches the ball before it crosses the net. It is not allowed because each team must wait for the ball to come to their side first. The next key rules and violations is the foot fault on serve. So the server steps on or over the end line before contacting the ball. So this means that this happens when the server steps on, over, or outside the end line while serving the ball. The server must stay behind the line until the ball is hit. If not, it is counted as a fault. So lastly, the rotational fault. So players are out of the rotational order at the moment of service. So this happens when players are not in their correct positions during service. Each player must follow the proper rotation order. If the order is wrong, then the team commits a violation and loses the point of the team.
Good day everyone, it's me, Julian Sabuklao. So in volleyball, we have a rules and regulations to be followed, especially in scoring and rally point system. A point is awarded if, first, the ball lands on the opponent's court. So if mula limang bola sa opponent's court, automatic na akay score. Second, the opponents commit a fault. So meaning, ang yamuhang kontra is na-commit of mistakes like na-out pag-serve, na-double hit, and touch net. Second, another point if the opponent commits a fault or a mistake. So automatic na akay score if ang yamuhang kontra is na-commit of fault like kanang ma-out inag-serve or kanang mamali pag-serve, na double hit, or kanang makatouch sa net. So the third one is the opponent receives a penalty. So kung makascore ka, if ang imuhang kalaban sa duwa is nag-commit of penalty. So example sa penalty is kanang makipag-argue sa imuhang kalaban or makipag-argue sa imuhang kauban or sa referee or coach, kanang makadelay sa game, or kanang may illegal na substitution. So again, ang imuhang team maka-receive of points or score if ang imuhang opponent maka-receive of penalty, maka-commit of faults, and if imong bola is niland sa opponent's court. And the team that wins the rally serve to start the next rally. So ang pasabot ani is if ikaw nga ni-serve sa bola ay naka-score ka, sa next na serve is ikaw gihapon modala sa bola. So the last part of the rules and regulations in volleyball is the libero. So who is libero? So libero is a specialized defensive player wearing a constructing jersey. So if sa inyong team is nagsuot mo ka ng red na jersey, ang libero is dapat maglahi siya aron dali siya ma-identify. Like for example, if mag-red mo tanan, then ang libero is mag-white baron basta kay dili siya mag-red. So why the libero is considered a specialized defensive player? Because he or she can replace any back row player without counting as a regular substitution and has unlimited entries. So the main goal of the libero is to pass the ball and to defend it. We should always remember that the libero cannot serve, attack a ball above net height, block or attempt to block, or set an overhead finger pass from the front zone to an attacker who hits the ball above the net height. So in conclusion, the rules and regulations of volleyball must be recognized and understood to have fair and safe play.